I have three kinds. I have Italians, Russians, and this year I started using some called Buckfast. And different types of bees have different characteristics. Some are gentle, some are better in the winter. It just depends on what you're looking for. And so I just try to have a good mix. How many bees is kind of hard to tell. A queen bee can lay 1,000, 2,000 eggs a day. And we have 11 beehives this year at 3 different locations, and so I could have a lot of bees. I'd be happy if a beehive had, say, 60,000, 70,000 bees in it. That would be a nice, strong, healthy hive. Most of the beehives, I would think, would have less than that, but you get up into those numbers, and it's a pretty good hive. As far as maintenance of the beehives, basically, I do everything as natural as possible. I don't use any chemicals, antibiotics, no medicines. If there's any problems, there's some insects that can get in there. There's moths, there's mites, and there are also some beetles that can cause problems. And I use some traps to trap those insects and keep them out of the beehives. And so I have to keep an eye on the traps, make sure they're working properly. As far as inside the beehive, I just have to make sure that the bees are building the honeycomb where they're supposed to be. Sometimes they like to get off track and build honeycomb here, there, and everywhere, and when you go in to work on a hive to see where the honey's at or how the larvae are doing, how the queen's laying, it can cause a real mess. So you kind of have to rearrange it. And other than that, it's keeping the equipment clean when you're done using it. You just can't, come fall, you can't take your honey off and pile the boxes up and hope that Mother Nature cleans them for you. So you got to do a lot of scraping, a lot of cleaning, and get them ready for next year. As far as bottling the honey goes, we do things a little differently. We allow the bees to make a natural honeycomb, and then we cut that out, crush it, and let the honey drain with just gravity. Let it drain out over the course of a few days. And through that process, we get it into a form that we can bottle without any pieces of wax. And we bottle it in 1 and 2 pound bottles and label it up, and no glamour involved in it. It's time consuming, but the way we do it is we don't use any machines, we don't use any heat. It's in the same form it was in the beehive, just we get the wax out of it so you have a nice clean honey.